Welcome back. I'm back. Slightly off. A little bit more. Come on. That's better. Okay. Yeah, so we're back to PS1 demo discs tonight. Try to get through 31 through 32. Or 30 through 32. 30 looks to be the heaviest. 31 and 32 looks like it'll go pretty quick. So if we're at the end of 31, go ahead and try to knock out 32. This week is going to be fun. We finished Celis's quest on Saga Frontier Mastered last week. Fantastic. So, I mean, normally we'd switch back to Samurai Legend Musashi, but this month, on Tuesday, Stray released. I'm going to play the cat game. But, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So we are going to poke into this, and disc 30 is a good one. It's got some of my favorite games on it. I mean, I wouldn't say Ace Combat 3 is one of my favorite games, but it's part of my favorite series. And got Rash team seeing Spyro stuff here. So, but let's just get cracking. Firing up the rusty Polymega here. Something I don't think I've really mentioned is I'm actually using a 8-bit DOE like switch controller adapter, wireless switch controller adapter, but I've got my DualSense controllers paired to it, and it's been working like a charm. First thought, man, I want to play this game. Second thought, oh, looks like Skygunner. Maybe not. Started putting together a database the other day, PlayStation Mag stuff. It's one of those things where I'm like, am I missing some piece of information? Okay. Different. Hey there, Dawsoner. Hope you're doing well tonight. Heart button. Okay. Guess I had to be in analog mode. Weird. Okay. There we go. Oops. Ah. Kind of weird that there's no music going on. Head back toward the real target.
Caution, pull up. Caution. Caution, pull up.
I think when I was trying to chase down that one plane just now, pressing the wrong button is. Okay.
Caution, go.
Good.
Warning.
Now, Ace Combat 1 and 2. Oh, there are treatments. Ace Combat 1 and 2, because they didn't have analog support, felt very different to play compared to the that I see. But these Combat 3 using the analog stick, this feels natural. Gotcha. Boy Blues, I can't say I'm familiar. Yeah, there. Never really got into Zool very much, but it's a decent platformer. There we go. Oh, mission accomplished. Hey there, Infamous. Welcome, welcome. I was up in the Fond du Lac area on Saturday, but I figured you wouldn't be around. And I was just kind of in the mood for tacos and so okay. Oh, that's not fun. Ew. They have you on the west side of the state again? Oh, okay, okay. Caution, moon language. This game is actually pretty fun. Unfortunately, it is really damn expensive. Okay, need to no, I need to hit the circle button. Friggin' Japanese game.
あの頃の俺にとって 戦場は世界のすべてだった。そして任務を告げる声だけが信じられる唯一のものだった。
ユタ、応答せよ。
こちらユタ、作戦のご指示を願います。
よし、貴様にとって今回が初の実戦。
You know,
見事に任務を果たし、訓練の
they should have just put in English subtitles.
全力を尽くします。
The demo.
まずは後続部隊のために障害物を排除してもらう。マーカーのある場所に移動してボムをセットしろ。よし、
Actually,
ボムの効果範囲から離れるんだ。上出来。
well, I mean, this game did actually see a release in the United States.
よし、今度はスタックを使って爆破しろ。
スタック？
So, I mean, theoretically, if it was that close to release that it's on a demo disc, should have had at least part of it translated.
よし、ボムから距離を取れ。それ。
Not seeing where the silent part comes.
気をつけろユタ。前方から敵機が接近中だ。空輸した追加装備で対応しろ。コンテナを破壊してロックオンユニットを回収しろ。
敵を発見しました。
Commune.
よし、ロックオンユニットの使用法を教える。まず、セットボタンを押したままにしてサイトを出せ。ボタンを離すな。そのまま押し続けろ。サイトに敵を入れてロックオンしろ。
Oh, I'm supposed to hold down the button. Well, if I knew, if I could listen to what the text is telling me, might have known that.
今お前が回収したのはマテリアルリキッドだ。これを消費することでボムに強力な特殊効果がつく。ライフゲージの横にあるウィンドウを見てみろ。現在はナパームがセットされている。ボタンを押して使用してみろ。それで違う種類のリキッドを入手したときはアイテム選択ボタンで切り替えが可能だ。くれぐれも消耗品であることを忘れるな。最後の障害物はお前の判断で破壊しろ。
Oh, I've only got 2 bombs I can.
敵の集団を探知した。今度は数が多いぞ。ジャンプボタンを素早く2度押しすればバーストドライブがかかる。うまく活用して敵の
You know, I'd love to see them bring more of these expensive titles to PlayStation Network. Well, Klonoa they don't have to necessarily do now. Remaster hit. Like the Suikoden series and that. Good placement of the napalm liquid. I don't know if I've got like a dodge ability. Okay. Double tap on the jump. There we go. I was debating whether to mention it too.
敵の拠点の一つだ。すべての施設を焼き払え。
了解。
But I might just do it next week. I do have the since Spacey's thing again. We're gonna try it one more time. But that's gonna be Friday night. But Saturday will be the day before my birthday, so I'll pick it up and have something new to show off for my.
政権に反抗する不満分子人権は認められない。すべて焼き払ってしまえ。
Look at all the people you killed, you bastard. Oh, because that tank was trying to kill you. Did he just blow himself up? No. Yeah. The first time I can remember where it's actually going to be on a day that I normally stream them. I don't think I'm going to do anything out of the ordinary. Like a birthday stream. But I will be going around picking up all my, free food for it being my birthday during the day. Yeah, thanks. That's helpful. I'm a little disappointed that this never took off. It's a pretty competent adventure game. Can't really call it a shooter, but like it is really quite unique. And it's pretty fun. Dang it. There we go. Blew up the monster. Okay, there's.
ビームゲートは両脇に発生装置がある。それを破壊しなさい。
There we go. Kind of interesting that there's a score count. Whoops. Ah.
近くにターゲットがあるわ。ターゲットにはマーカーが表示されてるはずよ。第三小隊の揚陸艇大破。まったく、こんな貧乏くじか。ミッチーの黙りなさい。第六小隊にやられたぜ。どうすんだよ。
Paralysis liquid?
このままじゃ持たねえよ、ジョンの旦那。
Ow. Gravity. Okay, so the magic voice told me what the chips were for, but I couldn't understand. Ooh. Okay, that gravity liquid looks like it could be. Oh, I thought I got that thing. Okay. I think this only needs 2. Oh, it did need 3. Huh. Accidentally did it right the first time. Okay. Oh, good. Life. Take it. Okay, nothing else over there. Hey, mission.
示しているのが次に向かうべき場所よ。マーカーに従って先に進みなさい。
I actually picked up a new scratching for cats.
あれは型の対空兵器。
The ones that use the sisal rope are nice, but you know, once the sisal is shredded up, it's a pain in the ass to replace. It can be replaced, but it's a pain in the ass. So I got one from Pet Supplies Plus today that has cardboard instead that can be refilled. Oh, I put it down as soon as I came in, and in a matter of seconds, Siren was on the small platform at the top, and Tiri was scratching at the cardboard. So, yeah, it's a hit. I was debating whether to grab a second one. Simply because, no, it was pricey, but it's also on a pretty huge sale right now. Like, almost half off. So, I might just go back and grab it. Ow. Dang it. Do I have items? Nope. Damn. Well, and for me, it was replacement, not new, you know. But yeah, I think Dobby is well equipped for cat hunt. Oh, okay, I get it now. Screwed that one up. Let's see if I can draw him over. Should have waited until the shield went. Almost got him. Better job this time. Nice.
ターゲット破壊完了。
ベノアと連絡がつかないわ。そちらで反応はない？
いや、
そう。とにかく侵入路を探しましょう。
To be continued. Kind of wish I'd been paying a little bit more attention to all of these, and like, I guess it's a retrospect thing, but it would have been kind of funny to go back and find all the clips of demos acknowledging that they were demos and put them into a compilation. Okay. Next up, CAA Final 4000. Dort. Love that there's an intentional foul button.
Sports.
Hello, everyone. Glad you can join us. I'm Quinn Buckner. Welcome to Connecticut. We're set to tip things off.
Okay.
Take it to the rim. Jump shot. Got it. Great. Look, by 23.
Which team am I? I'm not playing this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got it.
31. Drives to the bucket. 31. Shoots. Leaning in. Rick. Board comes.
Okay, that's cool. I actually got a thing on there for, you know,
31 was hammered.
your chance to get it in the basket. Instead of just guessing.
Won't go down. He hits his second free throw.
Okay.
Three-pointer. Bang.
Oh, went in anyway.
Nice look from beyond the three-point line. Feeds the post. Tries for three. On target. Great look by 40. A little too aggressive on that one. He's called for a charge. Kick it to the rim. 31. Shoots the J, tickles the twine.
Shoots the J, tickles the twine. Wow.
Devils.
What? I did wrong. I didn't press the intentional
And he
foul
hits
button.
him.
Yeah, this isn't going well.
Shot. Buries it. Big slam. Gets it to go. Slashes to the hoop. That's ruled a foul. By 31.
He gets the free throw to drop.
At least I got above 10.
Shoots the jumper. He called that one, didn't he? Second personal by 31. Knocks down the free throw. Substitutions for Connecticut. Rick,
Yeah,
four
that
comes
didn't-
to the Huskies. 42.
Earns the whistle. He was fouled.
Oh, come on, you guys. That wasn't me.
Won't go down.
Rattles out. Dude snatches it down. Way behind the arc. That's awful. Grab by Connecticut.
Ripped away.
By 31. With the stop.
Ah, nice.
Wow, that's a bomb.
Can't knock it down. That's the end of the first
Okay,
half.
that ended up being closer than it looked like it was going to be. So, okay, this time I'm going to update my stream. Syphon Filter to really got into this series. I think it was
989.
I think FPSs really needed to wait until talk. And it's kind of funny. I was watching a video earlier today where there was a PlayStation game, PS1 game, Aliens themed, and it was actually ripped in reviews for the dual shock or the dual analog controls that we basically take for granted today. People were calling it too complicated. That's reasonable. Because, I mean, that is, a good 3 hours away from even aside from the ferry ride. Yeah, I don't blame it. I don't blame you. Okay, do I need to... Ding. Yeah. Okay. I'll reset this and see better luck. Otherwise, this might be something I do. There's a sneak peek, Twisted Metal 4. Yeah, the start and select combo wasn't even get me out of the game. Okay. So that looked like a loading bar. But so this might be another one of those that just doesn't work on anything but the original hardware, so I'll have to... Yeah. Well, yeah, but it looked like it was loading way too fast anyway. So, guessing that it just isn't working. Because, again, I can't use the select and start chord to get back to the main menus. Reset the console. But there have been other games on these demos where it just wouldn't work. Which, and one of them, someone even mentioned that it doesn't even work on like the PS2 or PS3. You have to play that demo and that game on original PS1. So, Metal 4. No, I've got a couple of things that I need to pull out the PS1 for. Maybe I should just stream at one. Haha, I got someone. Huh, that's weird. Could just be that I've got a noise filter on. Just be that the noise filter is being a little too touchy. Oh, gee. Not looking too healthy, guys. No, 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 come on, come on. I don't know how you're supposed to aim. Oh, yeah. Okay. Give me a sec. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll back on. Might just be a loose cable or something. Yep. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay, for the teleorb. Actually, like, teleporting in. I mean, it makes me feel a little bit better that the computer even has a problem bringing itself around to aim properly. Doesn't speak much for the game design. Hey there, General Jr. Welcome on. Demo for Twisted Metal 4. Just in case you were like, hey, that looks like Twisted Metal, but I'm not sure which of the games it is. Or oh. Wow. Oh, they just bring this a little closer too. You know, it just looks like it's not peaking as high as usual, which is weird. Might just need to turn it up a little. Okay. Well, that happened. Oh, oh, no, 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 get away, get away. Ah. Was a little weird. Like, again, I'm really kind of conditioned by Gran Turismo to use L2 and R2 as gas and brake. But here those are the weapons, and gas and brake are the X and square button. Which, you know, makes some sense, but it's just a little weird to get used to. Homing missiles sure don't seem to home very well. Got a couple of good hits on him there. Come on. And the best I can really hope for here is for them to take each other out. Or for them to, you know, kill me 2 more times. Oh. Yay, I actually took him out. He's left. Ow. there a pick up some ooh, what's that? Haha. Broke free. Not go backwards. Oh, hi. Just throw these proximity bombs out there, see who they hit. Okay, one enemy left. Yeah, it's really irritating not to be able to go backwards. Case in point. Prepare to battle Moon Buggy. I'm not in any shape to battle anything right now. Holy crap. And then I killed myself. Dang it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take out the boss here. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured that Rob Zombie was Mr. Zombie. Okay. Yay, CTR. This is a game I'm familiar with, although it's been a while since I've played it. But this was my jam. You know, when however everyone else is like, "Ooh, Mario Kart." No, man, for me it's CTR. Oh man, even the demo has 4 players. Jeez. I have actually tested 4-player using CTR on the Polymega. Oh man, that's weird. Ah. I don't know if it's part of the problem right now, but I'm used to using Aura, not Crash. I wonder if the difference in what you call it? Trying to think of the right word for it. Not accuracy. Agility, whatever. If the difference there is messing me up. Nice try. In France. How did that follow me around the corner? Yay, finished. In 4th place. But yeah, I remember going to a New Year's party. I think it was 2000. Where I brought my PS2 and multi-tap. And we played CTR basically all night. That was pretty fun. Come on. I'll just hit select then. Right. Next up, Spyro 2. I love that the name Ripto is what's actually taken because that's what Spyro's name looked like in Japanese. Take a trip with Spyro to the Kingdom of Avalor with his newest venture. Experience a huge variety of unique and challenging gameplay. The Sheep Invaders. Wow, he can actually swim now. Like, that was always kind of a weird thing, like with Assassin's Creed. On the first Assassin's Creed, you know, Altair couldn't swim.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here. If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'll be mighty grateful.
Okay. I mean, that looks like it's where they're supposed to go. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. He held the door open. Oh. Ramini. Okay, so I have to get another. Got it. Okay, I'm figuring this out. I honestly have not played Spyro 2 before. Spyro 1? Yes, I actually finished that. Oomp. bump. Come on. Gonna open the door? Going. Okay. Little starfish are what we need to use to replenish health. Don't you quack at me. Swimming controls could have been done a little bit better, but... Oh.
Hello, young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him.
Okay.
Your turtle friends happen to make a very good soup. If I can catch them. You can try to say them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Minigame, right? Oh, no. Why are you doing that? Like, seriously, what kind of death wish do those turtles have? If they want to be in the pot, then maybe I should let them. Like the frickin' cow at the restaurant at the end of the universe. Keep going. Get up there. Hope I got that. Yep. Good. Let's pick up these gems before they go in the kids' mouths.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
You know, a lot of people were, for some reason, trying to say that the PlayStation's answer to Super Mario 64 was the Crash Bandicoot series. No, I think it was Spyro. That was the open world sort of adventure thing. Rash was a fantastic platformer series, but I don't think it was designed to go up against something like Super Mario 64. Okay, let's try Skelos Badlands.
Hey, Dragon, I hear you're pretty tough. I bet my cousin Glug you wouldn't be able to make it through Badlands without getting singed.
Yeah, that's probably a bad bet. Yep. Already got singed. Nom. Okay. Oh, hold on. Aha. I'm like, Spyro, why are you eating that? Wait, isn't there a person? But I can at least control the camera. Sweet. Okay, back there. I do love that the dragonfly will pick up gems for. Haha, twofer.
I'm so sad. Those pesky lava toads have stolen all my friend's bones. If you help me put him back together again, he'd sure be more fun.
Only found one. Sorry I burned your flag, dude.
You made it through the Badlands. I knew I'd win that bet. My cousin Gronk is a fool to bet against a dragon. Take this talisman for helping me out.
I thought I had to make it through undamaged. Or at least, you know, untouched by fire. Nope. Well, let's move on here. Okay. It's a decent-sized demo, though. See myself playing that as a, you know, as a teen for quite a while. I don't think this is an actual playable demo. I hope not. I've never been able to get a because you are basically supposed to make music. I'm not a musician. If you're into music, we're sure you'll be into MTV Music Generator. Nah. Okay, that's cool. You can sample from an audio CD and edit those samples. Loading rocket science. I should see if Ryan AVX has played with this before. Got some of his music on my Pro, and a game just released that did the music for. Shiny. So yeah, I'm supposed to like a video track. Right, but not giving the thing to paste. Wait. Palette. Pressed circle. There's nothing in the Rift palette. Can't make a riff. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that was L1. Oh, I can demo the riff. Okay. Go to 2000 AD. Base 1. Huh. That actually didn't sound like ass. Go. All right, let's see what this sounds like. Okay. Well, we made some music. Huzzah. Demo songs and videos are in this. But I can't load them. 1 to 4 players can experience an instant musical thrill with a real-time music jam. Okay. Oh. Not doing anything. Oh. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we've got some music. So this is, it's not, you know, tapping buttons. It's holding down the button. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was a little bit more interesting. but definitely not my cup of tea. Test drive cycles. Okay, so this is just going to be a video.
Roaring wheels, man's quest for thrills and chills and spells. Keep it going. Listen to those roaring wheels.
I've actually seen one of those things where they like put someone in a motorcycle into a sphere and they're like driving around in it, and they add another person in the sphere, and I think they got up to like 4 cyclists in there. It's kind of wild. By the way, the main Harley-Davidson plant is literally right down the road from me. It is closer to me than the arcade that's like 5 minutes away. You know, the streaming game engine thing, you know, it was born out of necessity on the PS1, but I think they kind of like built the PS2 around it when all they really needed to do was give it more. They probably could have given it more memory without bumping up the price too much. Because the PS2 had some wicked fast, for the time, streaming bandwidth from the disc to the rest of the system. I think this is the last demo here. Ooh. Hope it plays smoother than that in 2-player. Man, vehicular combat was all the rage back then, wasn't it? Oh, jeez. Thanks, you. You enjoy your dinner. Drives by, blow it up. Pretty sure that's the last demo? Nope. Alundra 2 is. Oh. Contrail was the group that worked on first Wild Arms game. I see the person recording the video wanted to make sure that he could do everything properly. Is probably cheating the hell out of things by having 999 HP and EP. I wish I had the time to play everything. Unfortunately, I don't think, like, even if I didn't have to work, if I just played every game, still don't think I'd be able to do it in my lifetime. Oh, no. Okay. That's the end of disc 30, finally. Run out a little bit here. Watch my cat groom herself. Sure, she's all pretty. Don't need any help too. Here. Close enough for a nose boop, but not close enough to grab her and pick her up. Oh well. Okay. Disc 31. At this intro again. I think disc 33 will start a new UI. I remember. I don't recall offhand though, so I might be wrong. Okay, Rollcage Stage 2. Oh, crap. Well, hopefully they improved it. From the original Rollcage, because holy crap, that was insane. Oh, there's an autocorrect button. Interesting. This demo will automatically reset your PlayStation after 4 minutes. Interesting. Rollcage Stage 2 is mad. Okay, I kind of have to play Richter. Little known fact, the name of the operating system of the Polymega is called Richter. I moved it a little closer and I turned it up a little bit, so... hopefully that'll help. Alright, this is a little less annoying than the first game. I was trying to be cool and go up and get the stuff on the roof there, but straight ahead again. Wow. That was a hell of a boost. Okay. That seemed like it was an easy track. I think playing more of this game would be a pain. It seems like it's got the capability of being insane. Sure, we'll try another track. Last one only took us 2 minutes. It won't restart the Polymega, it'll just restart the PlayStation. I'm actually kind of interested to see if it actually does it. What the hell was that? Did I just blow up the turn sign? Not bad. Came in fourth. That was a short track. This game is definitely less brutal than the first one. Like, the first game, it was like, nope, 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 nope. Looked like they're, yeah, scramble. Let's just watch the introduction. Only got 30 seconds left. Whee! Oh, let's try this. Ah, a little too early. Damn it. Fine. Yep. There we go. Hit the 4 minutes. Rollcage Stage 2 will perform a software reset in 5, 2, 1. 1. 1. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not the first timed demo I've run into on these things. That is the shortest timed demo I've seen. Colony Wars game. Oh, actually, it's probably for the best, especially with a Psygnosis game. Because Psygnosis was kind of well known for really digging into the hardware. And we've got another Psygnosis game. Can we actually upgrade? Here. Okay. Do want an anti-shield laser. I have no credits. Okay. Escort duty? Come on. Marjorie's Kitchen. Well, let's start with the escort. Expect cargo stompers. Stay with convoy. Expect air and surface attacks. Pirates are preying on cargo stomper convoys on the surface of Peripolis. Defense for these convoys is provided by escort stomper. Increased pirate activity has made it necessary to employ additional protection. Expect to encounter numerous pirate frigates or fighters. There may also be pirate interceptors involved. We have additional reports of pirate tanks. Colony's destination is the Imperit Depot on Peripolis. Oh, good. Okay. This is another series I'd love to see coming back. There aren't a lot of space flight shooter games. They were all over the PS1 and PS2. It's still relatively rare, but they were there.
Pirates inbound. Give me a hand here.
Yep, working on it. Okay. Actually fire the stun missile. Yeah, we're working on it. Gotcha. There we go. Oh, I have to hold down the circle button. Okay.
Try to keep those fighters off us. Just a little further.
I'm on it. Music is a little bizarre, but... Oh. Damn it. I hope that wasn't my fault. Like, accidentally hitting them. Boy has reached safety. Yay. Mission complete. Fantastic. Pew pew pew, yep. And then something exploded. The fight for mankind has begun. I think I'm gonna have to go back in there and try the other mission too. If they don't let. Okay. More intuitive learning curve and gameplay. Good. The first Colony Wars game was a bit brutal. Come on. Is it still doing that? It is still, like, not as loud as I usually prefer it to be. There we go. There we go. Okay, I was turning it the wrong way earlier. I prefer it to be, like, in the yellow when I'm talking normally. So, hopefully that'll do the trick. Nothing changed on the hardware side. I don't know what's going on. Oh, oh, I missed that. Yeah. We'll probably have to do the third disc another time again. But yeah, we should be good for an armor guard tonight. Urgent defensive assistance required. Defend Marjorie's kitchen, destroy all enemy aircraft. Come gamble your earnings in Marjorie's casino. Okay. The Colonial Navy are using captured League warships to attack Marjorie's kitchen. All pilots are requested to launch immediately and assist in the station's defense. League strike fighters will attack Marjorie's kitchen. Expect small fighters to protect the strike fighters. Our own syndicate fighters will be involved in the defense. Do not target them. All defending ships will be paid 10,000 credits, and the League will have agreed to pay a bounty of 500 credits for every enemy fighter destroyed. Good luck. The ding thing I could still do on a Tuesday night. And, also, that would be, like, YouTube video, content. So no, I think that's fine. I did take out the one to choose, like, a game from the demos to play at the end of the night, because we just don't tend to have the time for that. Gotcha. Nope. Fishing mailed. I died. Oh, like I said, I could do it on a Tuesday night when I'm not usually doing demo discs. But then it would also be a YouTube video. Although this Tuesday, it's cat game. Although, I may actually turn that into a first trophy anyway. Well, now we've got a 4-minute timer on this splash screen. Jeez. I appreciate them giving us enough time to read it, but it's not responding to any of the buttons either. Okay, now we can move on. Yay, more Hot Shots Golf. Yay. You gonna get him that backpack harness? Oh. Yeah, I was a little disappointed to see that the carrier was like $130. But $40 for the harness, that's not too bad. Mel and Chip. I'm gonna go with Chip. Oh, sweet, I can change the season? Hell yeah, Autumn. As for the stream thing, or Steam thing, go ahead and send me an invite. I'm just Tesseract there like everywhere else. I do that on purpose. Okay, a little bit of a lag, but that's fine. At least I figured it out for the downswing there. Yeah, Dobby's a bit of a drama queen even when it doesn't come to harnesses, though. Oh, that was pretty close.
That was weak.
Screw you. You know how much those putters cost? Don't do that. Oh yeah, he's definitely a good lad. It's more funny than anything else. One nice thing about playing Hot Shots Golf on the PlayStation Network version, there's rewind. Okay. Ooh, ick. Yeah, that should do. Little too far. I thought it was going to drift more than it did. Oh, come on. Yeah, I know. They're gonna have me play 18 holes?
It's in the trap.
It's in the trap. We'll get it back on the fairway. Not getting the timing on the downswing there. Which is the more critical one to get right. Okay, that was nice. See if I can get this time. Get in there. Ah, there we go. Hey, yay, I got a par. It's like the last demo, they started you out. Yeah, there we go. They started you out on hole 16, so you knew you only did 16, 17, and 18. Available March 2000. Okay. Next up. Uh-oh. Got your boy. Never soft. Interesting. Well, it's probably going to be better than the 2600 version. Okay, I like the comic book intro there.
Just another day in the life of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider!
Hey, Black Cat, what's going on?
I know there's been some trouble, but the bank's being robbed and they've got hostages. Use your Spidey compass and get to the bank quickly.
Thanks, Cat.
That looks like something to grab. Okay.
What's up, Cat?
You can tap the L1 button to recenter your view.
Thanks. That could be useful in a fight.
There we go.
It's tingling. Something's going on here.
They just go falling off over the edge. No ambiguity there. They did. Yeah.
Whoa, police choppers.
Eagle 1 to tower, 1033 in progress. En route to bank.
Roger, Eagle 1. Keep your eye out for Spider-Man.
You mean this Spider-Man?
Halloween boy shows up. One dead bug.
New York City Police Department. See and desist at once. Lay down your arms and prepare to...
Oh, jeez.
These guys are serious.
I think it's actually kind of a clever way of dealing with the, oh, okay. Of dealing with the, limited polygon budget of the PS1 to just have, like, clouds disguising the ground. I know it's really obvious, but I appreciate stuff like that for what they were doing. Eagle 1 Harrier attack. That's one I don't think I've ever even heard of. Okay. Throttle up and throttle down, or triangle and square. Oh, that's gonna screw me up. Hi, Siren. You gonna visit? The hell was that? Why is there a ghost on the runway? Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense now. Siren. Yeah. Nope, just gonna nose around. Burn it, please. Yeah. This looks pretty decent. Small number of A&M soldiers occupying island, but reinforces imminent. Previously dormant Haleakala volcano has shown signs of activity. Near Maui. Okay.
Our intel suggests the terrorists are planning to push west to strengthen their positions on that side of the island. They'll have to bring their troops across the bridge near Puanene. If you destroy it, you'll buy us valuable time. You'll need to meet up with the refueling tanker first. Match its speed and heading, then refuel by guiding your nose probe to the end of the fuel hose.
I've done this on Ace Combat, and it's tricky on there where I know the controls.
We're equipping you with the new X5 Red Hawk bombs. Use them on the bridge, save your missiles for the enemy units.
Okay. On it. There we go. Do, 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 do.
Refuel complete.
Okay, first things first. Thank you.
Jet mode selected. Incoming fire. Rocket. Incoming fire. Damage taken. Ground target damage. Damage taken. Damage taken. Hover mode selected. Jet mode selected. Damage taken.
Yeah, I know damage taken.
Hover mode selected.
Yes, but I'd like to turn. There we go. Okay. I think I'm getting a little bit of the hang of this, but...
Jet mode selected.
Okay, there they are.
Hover mode selected. Incoming jet mode selected.
Yeah, I know incoming fire. Hold on. Can't really turn in this mode, which is stupid.
Jet mode selected. Damage taken. Damage taken. Hover mode selected. Incoming fire. Jet mode selected. Damage taken. To ground.
Okay. I only have 8 air-to-ground bombs, though.
Rocket. Incoming fire. Damage. Ground target.
Yay, I got him.
Damage taken. Incoming fire.
Yep, I saw it.
Incoming fire. Target.
Gotcha.
Taken. Hover mode selected. Jet mode selected.
Face him. There
Hover
we go.
mode selected. Air to air. Air to ground.
Whoops.
Incoming fire. Cannon. Target destroyed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mode selected.
I just have to find the bridge that they want me to bomb. There it is.
Incoming fire. Hover mode. Damage taken. Rocket. Air to air. Air to ground. Target destroyed. Damage taken. Jet mode selected. Damage incoming fire.
Dang it. I think I wasted a missile on a Jeep and not the bridge.
Hover mode selected. Jet mode selected.
There we go. Hover mode.
Incoming fire. Damage taken.
Oh, I want to switch my target. How do I frickin' switch targets?
Jet mode. Damage taken. Rocket. Air to air. Incoming fire.
Okay. A little distance. Back. Take out those Apaches.
Air to ground. Rocket. Air to air. Incoming fire. Target destroyed.
There we go. Whoops.
Air to ground.
So one thing that's kind of screwing me up here is you only have one weapon active at any given time. And you use the same button for, you know, firing the weapon. You just have to cycle through them. Instead of, you always have a,
incoming fire.
a missile option and a gun option. Oh, hey, awesome. I got a stunt bonus for that. But I couldn't lock on to the frickin' bridge. Alright, fine. Let's take out...
Hover mode selected. Jet mode selected. Incoming fire. Rocket.
Take out the Jeeps and everything first here.
Taken. Hover mode selected.
Ah.
Damage taken. Damage taken. Damage taken. Incoming damage taken. Damage taken. Jet mode select. Damage taken.
Couldn't see what was damaged. I did not intend to hover right over that hostile Jeep.
Hover mode selected. Incoming fire destroyed.
There we go.
Jet mode selected. Hover mode selected.
Alright, let's go back to
Cannon.
guns.
Incoming fire.
There we go.
Rocket.
Now can I target the bridge? No.
Jet mode selected.
And now I'm running low on Mavericks.
Rocket. Air to air. Incoming fire.
Oh, what are you doing?
Incoming fire. Air to ground. Damage target destroyed. Cannon. Damage taken. Pull up. Pull damage taken.
Wow. It's almost good. They were trying to do too much with the limited controls available. Oh, geez, I ran into it. They were trying to do too much with the controls available and didn't map the controls very well to compensate for that. Like, Descent actually did a surprisingly good job of mapping everything to, you know, the original controller. It didn't even have DualShock. Split screen mode. Interesting. But yeah, if the controls were a little bit better, that could have been a decent competitor to Ace Combat. Gekido. But at least it wasn't anywhere near as bad as friggin' Skygunner. L1 is jump. Okay. Siren. Hi. Okay. So we get a look at an elephant ass. Hi. You're right there. Adventure mode, huh? Let's try an arena battle first. Or is it just going to show us a video? Hi there. You know, this almost looks like the Bouncer. You know, as far as the 4-player arena battle thing is concerned. Hi. What purrs you have. And all for me. You know, sometimes she actually... sometimes she crawls up and tries to, like, lay on my pillow while I'm laying on my pillow. Like, I don't know if there's enough room here for my head and your entire body, cat. This is fine, though. Yeah, exactly. She's all making, like, little grumpy meows, like, I can't get this to work. Why is this a problem? Now I'm getting tail slapped. Okay. Adventure mode. Travis. Or Ushi. Let's try Ushi. Oh, they try to make a 3D brawler here? Okay, I see. So it's like, you know, arena style, at least at this point. Tried to pick it up. Ow. So, when I saw the guy, you know, the guy's face, I wasn't expecting him to be a big beefy dude. Give me the food. Give me the food. Ah, okay. L2 to pick up. Got it. Not too bad. I mean, I've never been that big of a fan of, like, the side-scrolling brawler genre. But, I mean, it plays well enough. Killings. Wow. They're not pulling any punches here, are they? Sorry. No, I'm not. Yes, I get the idea. Come on. Oh, I died. Steve! I was gonna pick that up. Oh, jeez. That's it. Come up with a new recipe. There we go. Okay. Give me that floor chicken. My quietness is broken. Who disturbs the master? Oh, you have no idea how much I'm going to disturb your quiet. Oh, what happened to my grenade? Kintaro. Oh, this game isn't half bad. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I've heard of it before, but I don't think I've ever played it. Because fighting games really aren't my jam. And then he explodes. Yeah, a bit. It's just his face didn't really seem like it was going to belong to, you know, big dude. Galerians. Another game that I've heard of, but never actually played. I think what I'm probably going to do, because if we're on the video-only demos, we're almost done with this disc, and the last disc didn't seem like it was going to take very long. So what I'm probably going to do is I will check in with Armengard after this disc, and then we'll go on and play disc 32. No, I don't mind taking the quick timeout. Right. What's up next? Oh, please tell me this is just a video. Thank God. I don't want to have to play another Smackdown-esque game. I love how at the bottom of the screen you're just seeing action number 1513, you know? Oh, that's it. Lovely. All right. We'll just get the wind down here and then switch over to the PS5. Right at 11 o'clock, too. Not bad. But if I do the third disc tonight, don't have to do extra. I don't have to do it on Tuesday night and take time away from Cat Game. Okay. So let's exit. Disc 32. And get stuff switched over. The PS5. See what Armengard has to say for July 17th. If I remember correctly, when I was checking in to see what the first game would be on tomorrow night's PS2 demo disc, there was a behind-the-scenes look at Wild Arms 3 coming up. I wonder if there's going to be a playable demo. Today is July 17th, Grumbling Day. It's the birthday of a famous literary work about a tortoise that grumbled all day. He grumbled and grumbled until the world started to rumble. I had to write a book report on it this year, but I hope no one heard me grumbling about it. Okay, let's switch back. And go. Yesterday was your grumbling day, wasn't it? No, I didn't. Like I said, I went to.
That mouth of yours. Gosh, it's hot.
Okay. I went to the Fond du Lac Taco John's. Went across on 23 to Sheboygan, and then took like 32 back to Mequon Road, and then to home. It was basically just tacos and a joy drive. Nope. Trying to hold back on those a little bit. Plus, I don't really have anything pressing to pick up. Yeah, that's my main thing with yard sales is I don't carry cash. MediEvil II. Am I dropping frames? Then it stops dropping frames. Yeah. But it doesn't matter if you don't have the cash. Oh man, I was sleeping like the dead and then have to get brought back for another task.
Sir Daniel Fortescue, back from the dead once again. The great hero of Galerians reduced to a dusty relic at the back
Oh,
of
I
the
know what's...
museum. Well, things have changed since you've been away. It's a new world, but with the same old problems. So find yourself a weapon and get ready for a scrap. Oh, and if you see my spectral trail, stand in the light and press action to summon me.
I think I know what's going on with the bandwidth here. One moment. Don't have another weapon, so I'm just using my arm. Okay. Getting rumbles on the controller, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh. That's better. Are you a friend? Okay. Yeah, the PS5 was trying to upload the Armengard clip I saved. Stealing bandwidth. I want to read the sign. Fine. That's a large key. Oh, I was in a museum. I'm in a museum. That's hilarious. Okay, let's try going this way. Nope, nothing down here. Okay. Gotcha. And what do we have here that I can pilfer? Ooh, a gun. Gimme. There we go. Oh, there we go. X button.
Inventory, you've got 2 weapon slots. Select your weapon, then use the stick or directional buttons to select the slot it should go in. Once both slots are full, L1 plus square switches weapons without going back to your inventory. Should make killing things much more fun.
Neither did I. But that's not to say I don't enjoy, like, these demo tastes of it. Whoops. It's trying to jump. Circle is jump. Okay, there we go. Nope, wrong button. Oh, I see. So that little green thing is like an aiming reticle almost. And if I hold down the square button, it will target something I can shoot. Then I hit X to shoot it. Or it just automatically does it. Yay! Shield. Uh-oh. You're large. I mean, that was fun, but I should probably save the ammo. Excuse me. Pardon me. Didn't mean to step on your titties. Jeez. That was a bit brutal. Nort. Okay, next up, Speed Punks. No, not Speed Pinks. Furs. Best sound in the world. What character is available? Just this guy? Her? These are punks, aren't they? What? Okay. Alright. Let's go with the top speed over acceleration for now. Ah, don't do that! You chew up your hand. Excellent start. You know, I actually have a standalone demo of this, but I've never actually poked at it. Not bad so far. The controls worry me a little bit, but like it hasn't been that much of a problem yet. Like, it feels like the controls are going to be really slippery, but then I haven't really had much of a problem. Of course, I haven't been boosting very much yet either. Ow. Doing progressively worse each lap. This is not the way it's supposed to be. Graphics are quite pleasant. Haha, gotcha. Okay, I improved on that lap at least. Ah. I got completely turned around. How did that happen? He doesn't even have a car. He's just sitting between the wheels. That's weird. Yeah, it is a very slippery kart game. I think with slightly tighter controls, that would have been fun. It was super smooth and high res. Oh, good. I was hoping it would do this so I could go back. Oh, not letting me play single player versus. Okay. Yep, warm kitty butt. Hi. Okay, what's next? MLB 2K1. Oh, it's just a video. We're already to the videos? This was a short one. Yeah, at least I don't have to play this one.
What a shot. Breaks for second. Just in time. What a grab. High pump line. Unbelievable. He somehow managed to come all the way around.
Yeah, I know. Well, and, you know, it's one of those things where I really wish they would take better advantage of the internet to like just put out, you know, MLB 2020 and then update it for 5 years. You know, and then have a completely new game and engine in 2025. Because now you can do roster updates over the internet. So, I mean, that was the main reason. Plus, technology was moving a lot faster. But that was probably the main reason for the yearly release schedule at first. Now they don't have that excuse. And technology isn't moving as fast. These must have been the champion players in 2000 or 99. Okay, pass. Oh, shoot is circle on this one. Dang, 34-2, 37-2. Wow. I haven't really felt like any of the other demos have taken this long to load. I mean, the PS1 only had 2 megabytes of memory.
Along with Dick Vitale. Welcome to UConn. Tonight we've got a great interconference matchup between the Duke Blue Devils and the Connecticut Huskies. The crowd is really into this one.
Hey, if Duke has any chance to stay in this game, they're going to have to steal the momentum, baby. They can't let Uncle Mo go to the other team. They better keep this team quiet. And now let's head to center court.
Connecticut controls the opening tip. We're going
What?
the other way.
UConn inbounds the ball.
We're going the other way.
Yay. I got a basket.
Foul on number 22. Pulls up. Number 31 rebounds the miss. Shoots the leaner. It's good.
Nice.
We're going the other way.
The pressure D, forcing the turnover.
From behind the arc, knocks it down.
Number 23 has got to shoot the ball more.
Good hands by number 23.
It's showtime.
How am I doing this well on this?
Number 22 with a steal. We have a
Like, seriously. I was getting my ass handed to me on the last game. It does feel like my team is contributing. Whoops. I didn't realize I had the ball.
Pulls up. Number 23 rebounds the miss.
Yeah, Duke is on the 13-0 run.
Pulls the three. Foul on number 4. Hits it. Number 31 is at the line shooting one.
Oh, okay. I see how it goes now. And I got it anyway.
Timeout on the floor.
Hey, they finally scored.
Number 33 rebounds the miss. Pulls up. There's a block shot.
The defense is so tough on the inside.
Whoops. I didn't let go of the ball. That was my bad.
True, but
Pulls up. Pulls up.
Not bad. That was a pretty good play. Yeah. Yeah, we kind of kicked their ass. All right. I'll take it. Oh. Playing a full game? All right. Well, sort of full game.
Open for three. Number 33 rebounds the miss. Pulls up.
Out of my way, dude.
He's ramming, he's jamming, and he's slamming. We're going the other way. The pressure D.
Oops.
Forcing the turnover.
Connecticut to inbound the ball. Number 20 with a steal.
The pressure D. Forcing the turnover.
This team has a great player providing leadership on the court.
Why didn't he shoot? He had a perfect shot there.
Pulls up. Stolen by number 31. Pulls the three. Nailed.
Nice.
Number 22 has got to shoot the ball more.
Free ball.
But he just did.
Shoots the leaner. We're going the other way. Shoots the leaner. Number 31
Thank
rebounds
you.
the miss.
You got a basket. That's wonderful. 30-9.
Pulls up. Number 23 rebounds the miss. Number 42 knocks the ball away.
You can't score without the ball.
Number 42.
You can't score without the ball. Oh, what the hell?
Pulls up. Number 33 rebounds the miss. We're going the other way. You never know what kind of game to expect from number 23.
True, but number 23 is a down Joneser, another up and down player.
Pulls the three. Hits it. Pulls up. Not even close. Number 23 rebounds the miss. Pulls up. Number 33 rebounds the miss. Free ball.
Dang. That's kind of surprising. Loading. Time to pet a cat. NASCAR Rumble. Interkitten. Okay. Okay, they actually have a decent number of cars available here. Don't know what to expect from this game. The hell? Why is there a security truck? Why can't I steer? Oh, there we go. Had to use the analog stick.
Show some skill.
Whoops.
Man. Are you gonna take that? What a given soul.
This is actually not bad. And I'm also, like, amused that this is... that this is using the NASCAR license.
Are you gonna take that? Well, here we are. Glad you're taking my advice. Ooh, this looks promising. Crude, but sweet.
Crude but sweet. Oh, you dicks. Froze my steering.
I'm so glad.
And I still won. Cool. That was actually kind of interesting. It basically like a kart game, but with the NASCAR license. That's wild. And the steering wasn't too bad. There were a couple of times where I feel like it was a little bit out of control, but not too much. Yeah, I'm surprisingly pleased by that game. Rugrats Studio Tour. Oh, looks like another driving game. Diapers of Thunder Speedway. I want to know about Diapers of Thunder. It's generally not a good thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this beautiful day at Gigantomongous Speedway.
Gigantomongous Speedway.
May you drive safely and may you have lots of gas.
Ready? Lights, camera, action!
Bye! Bye!
Okay, so this is going very slow, which makes it easy to, like, steer. I think it's a little too slow if this was a standalone racing game that was trying to, you know, just basically be a racing game. But since it's part of a kids game, I'm gonna say this doesn't suck. And it would almost be kind of a good, like, first racing game for kids. Whoops. I accidentally hit start, or hit X right when it got to the menu screen. Here we go.
It's a chicken bunny stampede. Get them back in their right pens and don't mix them up. Press the circle button to grab a critter and press it again to put them down in their rightful pens.
Ready? Lights, camera, action!
Okay. Give me that bunny. I caught you. Okay. I think that means I did it right.
Gotcha.
Are the chicks over here? Yep.
You're going to timeout. Gotcha. Hook. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay, and there's a bunny right there. Good, good.
I caught you.
Oh, I do have a time limit. Okay.
I'm gonna get you.
See, one more bunny there. Oh, two more bunnies. Oh, up in the top, that's counting down. I didn't realize that. Only have one bunny left. Where is he? He is. There we go. Great, but you're not done yet. Looks like I'm done. Yay, mini golf. Oh, that's a long mini golf hole. What the hell? Oh, that's another fun thing about Hot Shots Golf, the one on the PlayStation Network. It does actually have mini golf also.
Cut! Do we have a stunt golfer instead?
Par 6. Yeah, because they made this long and you know, for mini golf, relatively boring. Oh, come on. Oh, that was so close. Yeah. Whoops. A little too gentle. There we go.
I think that was just right.
Well, there we go. That's everything. Not too bad. One of the things, I think I brought up Kadikarus the last time I was playing a Rugrats game, but one of the things that really sticks in his craw is kids' games that don't respect a child's intelligence. And that actually seems like it would have been fun for a kid. And not so dumb that even a kid wouldn't enjoy it. Vagrant Story. Wonder if we'll get to play a playable demo of that at some point. I'm pretty sure this one's just a video. The secret sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics. Because it takes place in Ivalice. I'm surprised they haven't remade this one yet. Front Mission 3. Another good Squaresoft game, that series that just fell off the map. I don't think Front Mission's been around since the PS2. I think I actually picked up Front Mission 4 at one point. Yes, of course, they're still using modified shuttles in the 22nd century. Army men, Sarge's heroes.
Dead at.
Be seated. No green soldier ever won a war by melting for his country. He won it by making the tan soldier melt for his country. Now, some of you may have heard that this war is unwinnable. That the tan army has developed amazing weapons of destruction. That going up against them is suicide. Well, I say that's a load of hooey. Believe me, you know exactly what to do when you step into a puddle of melted plastic that used to be your best friend. Now, I'm not gonna lie and tell you this will be easy. They've got us outgunned and outnumbered 50 to 1. Sounds like good odds to me. The tan are the enemy. Wade into them. Melt their plastic. War is not black and white. It is green and tan. All right, then. That's all I gotta say. Oh, and one more thing. I want you boys to know that I'll be proud to lead you to victory. Dismissed.
Right. Road Rash Jailbreak. That series died pretty hard in the 32-bit era. Yeah, play it at maximum volume if you're not streaming it. Oh, those laughs were getting a little creepy. Okay, we saw the Winterfresh commercial. And back to MediEvil II. Okay. Yeah, that one... Okay, well, it did take 45 minutes, but it's not too bad. So, that's it for tonight. Got them done, yep. Tomorrow night we'll be hopping over to disc number 61 on the PS2. Oh, look at that. Drex is streaming tonight. Playing Super Mario 64, so let's go raid Drex. So thanks to everybody for dropping by tonight. Always appreciate it. Rest well when you do. And in the meantime, enjoy Drex.